This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we now bring you a discussion on Prime Minister's vision on using technology to enhance ease of living. The participants are Jitin Kumar Jain, IT and cyber expert, and Rajesh Lake, AIR correspondent.
Jitin, the Prime Minister has said that we are creating modern digital infrastructure in India while also ensuring that the benefits of the digital revolution reach every section of the society. Would you take us through the genesis and evolution of the digital revolution?
See, ever since Prime Minister Modi came into power in India, his primarily focus has been to create digital infrastructure in India. And in the very first year, Digital India campaign was launched, where the prime objective was to digitalize every possible government service, digitalize every single record-keeping system we could. Today, a time has come where even the file movement among government departments, approval, tenders, purchase, everything has also moved online. So idea was to create global digital infrastructure in India, which would ensure that India does not miss the fourth industrial revolution, which will come in the form of information technology. Now, at the same time, there was, complete focus on three issues. One, the fruits of the digital revolution which India was embarking upon should be enjoyed by the people who are standing at the last section of our society, the poor people, farmers, people who are staying in tier 4, tier 5 cities, villages. They should also get the benefit of the investment India was making in the digital infrastructure. So that focus was there, and that is the reason every possible public service of the government, right from applying for certificates to, opening bank accounts, applying for government subsidies, everything was, put in an online transparent mechanism. The idea was to ensure that, this digital revolution should benefit the society as a whole, should uplift the society as a whole. And this has been only possible because government invested in three pillars. One, Jan Dhan accounts, where I think one of the biggest, largest financial inclusion scheme of the modern history was put into motion in the largest democracy in the world. We had opened almost 49 crore Jan Dhan accounts in last 5 years, which means getting 49 crore people, first time getting into the organized financial sector in a country. And this helped them get subsidized government loans, get subsidies. They were saved from the clutches of these jamidars and these gold lenders who were reaping obnoxious rates, and then even farmers were committing suicide because they were not able to repay loans. Now they have a bank account. They are a part of structural banking economy. They can get subsidized loans, government payments. The second investment was in Aadhaar. And credit must go to previous governments also, which conceived this idea, and this government which implemented it with a full commitment with the best global technology available. Today, almost 90 to 95% Indians have got a unique identity in the form of Aadhaar. And this is a biometric enabled identity which can not only be used to identify a person, but can also be used to authenticate a person, whether he is the same person or not, using the biometrics. Third, India in last decade has now become the largest internet population in the world, the smartphone population in the world. So this trinity of JAM, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile, bank accounts, unique identity and internet resulted in a digital infrastructure which can be today used to give direct subsidies, direct benefit transfer without any leakage, without any corruption in the flick of seconds. We have also now seen that government is using the same infrastructure to create services like DigiLocker, where this red tapeism of bureaucracy of asking documents for every simple service, right from opening a bank account to a traffic cop to school to college, you were fed up of sharing the same documents, and even if you miss one time, you would face penalties. So I think today you can keep your documents in a DigiLocker in a digital format. You don't need to physically carry it. And within the same DigiLocker, you can share that document with anyone. On a flick of second, you can give it to any ministry, bank, they can share it among themselves. So this ease of living is what is making India today one of the most sought after global economies in the world. It is driving our economic growth only because we have today technology available.
So Jitin, you very rightly said this will lead to digital inclusion, financial inclusion, give people unique identity. However, if we go to the grassroots levels, the understanding or the education is not where we would like people to be having when it comes to understanding what all digital entails. So are there anything that we're doing to train our people? Are we doing anything, to make it easy? Of course, technology is meant to be making things easy, but we have to train our people for that.
No, it is a right fact. I think the speed at which we have digitalized our economy, probably at the same speed and pace we have not been able to impart digital education in our society. And that is the reason a significant amount of our population fall for cyber fraud, cyber crimes. Some people still shy away from digital infrastructure. Some people doubt the trust factor in the infrastructure. But I think this is a journey of transition. It's just 7-8 years we have been focusing on digital economy. I think maybe another 5 years, when the second generation takes over, you will find much more acceptance, much more understanding of technology. I think all of us will appreciate the fact that 10 years ago, a decade ago, nobody would have thought that even a rickshaw puller or a auto wala will be comfortably able to use mobile phone to take payments. But today they are. I mean, India is a society of great learners. Let us believe that our society, our population which are staying in villages and remote areas, they may have initially found it difficult to, adapt themselves to this new age of technology. They may not be aware of every facility they can avail by using this common service centers or internet. But I think as time increases, as education and awareness spreads, they would also become a significant beneficiaries of these technologies. I mean, for example, today I think everybody in a village knows that if he has to open a bank account, apply for a gas cylinder or even a passport, he doesn't have to go to all the way to a capital city of that state. He can go to a common service center, which will assist him even to get an Aadhaar card. So I think with time, awareness will also increase, and government also has to put additional focus and resources to impart cybersecurity education, digital hygiene among the population.
True. So the Prime Minister today said that citizens are looking at the government as a catalyst where technology plays a huge role. Would you elaborate on this fact?
He is expecting that government should not be seen as an obstacle, but as a facilitator or a stepping stone in your success. He is also trying to convey that, government should use technology for the ease, for public service, for the upliftment of the society which is standing at the last leg, the poor people and the farmers. I mean, he's trying to figure out how you can use technology and artificial intelligence to take precision farming to every poor farmer in India, using technology to increase the crop yield by 20%, 25%. Can we do that? Can we use technology for, having some sort of additional upliftment of medical facilities in the rural villages? For example, to collect medical data, to analyze medical data, to provide predictive opinions. Can you use technology for that? For at least assisting the local doctors in the primitive healthcare in villages, in telemedicine. Can technology do that? I think 5G would enable a lot of services. So he's trying to figure out how India can invest further in technology and further in artificial intelligence in the areas where technology and AI could be used for the public service and upliftment of the society.
Yes, and also the Prime Minister elaborated upon the role of technology, which you, Jitin, also elucidated a while back, and that the One Nation, One Ration Card and JAM, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar Mobile, Trinity, Arogya Setu, CoWIN app, railway reservations, common service centers. So the common man looks at things which can give him quick resolutions, and that the government is now enabling, right?
We all saw those scenes where people were traveling for hundreds of kilometers on foot during the COVID lockdown because they wanted to return home. And people said the COVID spread because we could not check or quarantine the people who were flying from foreign countries. They just walked away. Influential people did not follow the quarantine guidelines. They just escaped from airport without test. And there was a very famous line, I think a famous poet said, that khata kari passport walon ne saja mili ration card walon. So I think we as a society have confined ourselves to see development from the quarters of capital cities and urban cities. For 10 years we have celebrated this mobile number portability, that you can take your mobile number anywhere. And maybe invested in it and we celebrated it. But we forgot that same technology could be used to even provide one nation and one ration card, where a poor farmer or a poor villager or a poor laborer who was walking hundreds of kilometers without food because he could not use ration card in any city because he had to reach his home village. Prime Minister realized that why not use technology to solve this problem forever for coming generations, that any person who has got an Aadhaar and can link his Aadhaar card can draw a ration card from any shop right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, anywhere he wants, wherever he is, irrespective of his resident status or not. So I think this is what he's trying to do, that we have a global technological infrastructure available today. India is in the dawn of a digital revolution. How can we ensure that the investment India collectively has made on taxpayers' money in this digital infrastructure, how can we ensure that even people who are in the rural villages, towns, panchayats, tribes, how can they also benefit equally as an equal stakeholder in this digital journey and its digital success of India?
The Prime Minister is also not talking just about technology. He's also talking about the use of technology by the people, and he's brought in Mission Karam Yogi also. He touched upon that aspect and informed the government employees are being trained with a view to becoming more citizen-centric. So it's extremely important that various departments to collectively think about using technology for solving the problems and reaching global standards.
Of course, technology is one thing, but it's also trying to change the mindset that you are not a government servant, you are not in a job, but you are in service. He is practicing himself. First thing you see, he started calling him Pradhan Sevak. He changed Racecourse Road to Lok Kalyan Marg, Rajpat to Kartavya Path, now public servant to Karam Yogi. Idea is that he wants government, the bureaucrats, politicians to be seen as the facilitators for common public, not as an obstacle or a problem in common man's life. And he's saying that why not use technology to ease public service? I mean, we all have seen examples. People tweeting out from, railway compartments about the quality of food or the problems, somebody trying to get a milk for baby. And the railway ministry, then and there responding on Twitter, trying to organize everything, coordinate. Could you imagine 10 years ago that if you wanted a milk for a baby which was not available, somebody sitting in Delhi will ensure that on next station you get milk. This is what technology has changed for common man. I mean, let's forget what is happening in cities. Let's imagine what is happening in a second-class train compartment, how government is using technology for the public benefit to ensure that clean toilets, the quality of good food, timely reservation. You don't have to stand in queues for, 1 hour to get a railway ticket. Today you can get it on Paytm. You can get it anywhere you want. Through common service centers also if you don't have a smartphone. So the point is, in a democracy, if a government is ensuring that whatever investment is put in any infrastructure, in any sector, every section of society should get benefit out of it. I think this mindset itself is one of the greatest change in modern Indian history.
So how's the technology touted as the equal opportunity provider? How does that happen? And how is a small businessman or even a street vendor uses the technology to get government procurement?
So let's take 3 examples.
Yeah.
One, in last 40 years, I never heard that I could also apply for a government tender and sell if I am manufacturing even a small commodity or a tent or whatever service I was. Everybody thought, oh, to bade logo ka khel hai. Somebody has to have a jack, somebody has to apply for a tender, then pull all pressures to win it. No. Everything has changed today. There is a government portal which is available online. Anybody who is producing or manufacturing even a small commodity in any village can just create an account and put his price. And the lowest bidder will get the tender without anything. And what do you need? Just a mobile number, an email ID, and an Aadhaar, and your account will be approved. So, this government gem, which is a government purchase network or, where government buys everything. So that is where even a small entrepreneur sitting in a village is able to now sell his commodity, service or anything. Even if you are manufacturing a small pen, you are entitled to bid for any government department in any state in India, right sitting in your village. You don't have to come to a city. You can do it online. Second, it will also stop urbanization of cities and migration, because today you don't need to come and open a shop in Delhi or Bombay to sell your goods. You can just sell anything which is available on any portal like Amazon or wherever, because government has created good infrastructure for roads, warehouses, the online taxation regime where you can make an account, UPI, credit cards. So sitting in your village, today you can run a shop where you are selling carpets to people across the world. So then it is a great equalizer of opportunities for business for all sections of society. Third, right to go to a foreign reputed university had become a right of selected few who could afford it, who had money or influence. But today, able candidate just with a good internet connection, which is also the cheapest in India, because every panchayat and village today is connected with optic fiber. Today, you can enroll for an online course in any of the top reputed universities in the world, any of the top reputed IITs in India. So equal access to quality education is also now available. Likewise, you can go for telemedicine, medical sector. We can go on and on. But the point is, technology, if implemented honestly, with the infrastructure, even rural areas, will be the biggest equalizer in the society.
Thank you so much, Jitin, for being with All India Radio.
Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
You were listening to a discussion on Prime Minister's vision on using technology to enhance ease of living. The participants were Jitin Kumar Jain, IT and cyber expert, and Rajesh Lake, AIR correspondent. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.